Hey guys, Crystal Hurley. I'm here to do a tutorial on how I contour and highlight my face. For the sake of time, I have already prepped and primed my face, which means I used my, this is part of the Royalty line. It's new for Unique. I used my Instant Lifting Serum to battle these lines going on right here. Stuff is pretty bomb. You should try it out. Then I primed my face with my Touch Glorious Primer. This stuff is fantastic. It is so good. It's better than, for me, it's better than Smashbox. I used to use them. I only use this now. And to prime my eyes, I already used my eye primer. This is the Unique eye primer, and it is as good as the Urban Decay eye primer potion. I used my Touch Mineral Foundation. I call it serum because it is so awesome. It's layerable, so if you want to use it lightly, just put a couple drops, hit your face real quick, you're good. If you want to build up the coverage, which is what I did today so that I can show you what a real contour and highlight looks like, you can do that. Just let it dry, put a couple more drops on your brush, hit it, good to go. All right, part of the reason why I already did that is so that I could already have it dry. You don't want to put any other powders or any other products on top of your foundation until it's already dry. And the same with your contour. You don't want to put anything, your highlight powder, liquid or serum, whatever you use. You don't want to put anything on top of that wet, because it's not, doesn't turn out well. All right, my hands are so dry and ashy because I really wash my hands really well before I handle my face, because especially when I'm doing makeup, because I don't want to have any extra oils introduced to my makeup. Okay, all right, so I used this brush to put my foundation on with. I'm just dabbing it out further, drying it up and blending it. This is a perfect example, though, of why you do want to highlight and contour. I know a lot of people, and me included, before I learned how to highlight and contour, because people tell you that it's hard to do and it's really not. It makes your face look really one-dimensional. There's really no planes, it's not interesting. It just is a face, okay? And then you put your eyeshadow on, which I put my eyeshadow on before I do any of this. But you put your eyeshadow on, you put your mascara on, and there's nothing wrong with that, but for me, I like to have dimension to my face, and you'll see the difference between this and what will happen. For my highlight, I use concealer, okay? This is our Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer. It's pretty thick, which is why I'm going to thin it out a little bit. You should use it straight out of the tube and warm it up on your hand if you're going to actually use it to conceal something. So you have a pimple, you have a birthmark, you have something that you want to conceal, warm it up on the back, put some product on your hand, warm it up in the back of your hand, and go ahead and apply it to your face. But for what I'm going to use it for, I thin it out a little bit because it's, bless you, baby, it's pretty opaque, okay? On top of this, I'm going to use a product that Unique does not have, which is the Banana Powder. I use this, it's a setting powder, okay? So I use this to set my highlight. And I'm going to apply it with this Beauty Blender, which I apply wet, which is what I just explained to you, okay? But this is the same thing. I'm a flight attendant, so I travel. I can't carry all this, so I put a little bit in there, okay? For the actual contour, I'm going to use the Unique Sculpting Trio. This is in dark. When you get it, it has this little plastic thing on top that shows you exactly where you want to place things, okay? This is the contour, this is the highlight, and this is if you want to add some, shimmer to it, okay? Another product that is not Unique that I use is this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. And the only reason why I use this is because it's fantastic and we don't have anything comparable to that. And also I'm going to use my Mineralized pressed powder. I use this to set my foundation. Bless you, baby. To set my foundation. So let's get into it. First I'm going to put a little bit of this concealer. This color right here is Satin. Now you want to do, when you're doing your contour, your highlight, I'm sorry, you want to go 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin complexion. So I've got that. I might have to put a little bit more on. I know this looks like a lot of product that I'm going to be putting on the face, and it might look a little scary, but the end result is what it is. Okay, all right, I use as my mixing medium especially when I put things wet on my eyes, like my eyeshadows or whatever, or if I need to wet my brush or my sponge in this case, I just use plain old saline solution. This one happens to have come from Kroger. I use Walmart, I use Target, I use whoever. So I'm wetting my brush, my sponge. It doesn't need to be like soaking wet, just damp, okay? And I'm going to move the product around the back of my hand so that it can warm it up. And remember, I told you it's pretty thick. Okay. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to dab it. Now, I know this looks crazy. Bear with me, okay? A lot of women, when they use concealer on under their eyes, even if they're not doing it for a highlight, they make the mistake of just making or they just do that. And that's not going to give you the look that you want. It's not going to help you. Or they just do a triangle. That's not going to help you either. And not everyone's face is shaped the same, okay? So I go and I'm explaining why I do this. I go into the inner eye because, just right in there, because women of color tend to be darker there and white women tend to have a lot of veins and reddening in there. And this, for me, is cheaper than having to use a skin, what is that stuff called? A corrector, a color corrector, okay? So for me, I go down on my cheeks and then I bring it up. Why do I bring it up? Because it gives your skin, after you're all finished, it gives your face a lift. It's like an instant facelift without the pain, okay? And I go down on the bottom, of my cheekbone, and then bring it up. If your face is more linear or you have like a rectangular size shaped face, you don't need to make that type of movement on your face. You want to put it just in here, and then you could stop right in here. But I have a heart-shaped face, so I like to do it this way. I'm going to put just a little bit more product on, and I'm going to show you how I also do this underneath, to get that perfect brow that you want. Just petting it out. Ignore my braids, they're coming out tonight. And you just want to keep dabbing so that you can blend it in. Okay. Some women get the chin area. The whole idea of contouring and highlighting right above in here, Cupid's bow, and then right down your nose. The whole reason behind contouring and highlighting is so that it gives you the idea, the look that you get when you're at a candlelit dinner. The candles just make everyone look beautiful, and it's because it brings the features that need to stick out, it brings it forward, and everything else goes behind it. It gets recessed, which gives you the dimensions that you need to your face, and it just looks lovely. So this gives you the impression or the look that you're just glowing from inside. Okay, now I'm gonna let that dry. And I'm kind of doing this backwards because I don't have any eye makeup on. Okay, because I don't have any eye makeup on, so I wouldn't normally do my brows first, but I'm going to do them after. So I'm going to take my concealer brush, and again, I'm going to wet it a little bit because this brush is a Sigma Concealer F something. It's old, so it's gone. The little number. It might be the E37. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of this concealer. You really only need a little bit. Okay. Okay, I'm putting it on the brush, loading the brush. Okay, and I'm going to go, yeah, I wish I had done this first. I'm gonna hold my nose right there. All right, so you're gonna kind of carve out, let me use a mirror. You're gonna carve out your brow. Can you guys see that? Okay, perfect. Okay. So you're just gonna, this is why you don't really need to spend that much time doing your brows, because you can fix it easily and quickly with your concealer. Okay, and I like it to go kind of angled. I hope you guys can see that. There we go. And that's it. And if you need to go back in with your pencil or your powder to even it out, do so. But you see how quick and easy that was? Like, makeup is not hard, folks. And I like to put some underneath there because the way that I do my makeup for my face shape, I just like that above the brow bone, unless I'm doing like a real smoked out smoky eye, I like it to be nude. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure to blend that. Alrighty. Now I am going to, just like I already have my foundation on and how I'm going to let this dry and then I'm gonna set it, I'm gonna set the parts of my face that have my foundation on it, okay? And for that, I'm going to use my Mineralized Skin Finish in my color Cypress. Also, my foundation is Cypress as well. And I'm going to use this brush right here. This is an e.l.f. powder brush. I got it from Target. It's probably like $2. I've had it for years, so it's a really good brush. All right, so I take some, you want to get a lot on your brush because this is what it's called baking, okay? So not only do you bake the highlight, you bake this part too, okay? So to do that, I'm going to press it in. This foundation is so good. This is a foundation now. Don't be confused. This stuff is so fantastic. And if I'm not doing like a full face of makeup, like I don't normally wear makeup just day to day, but if I just need to look polished, I put this on my face. Not like this. I just literally take a nice brush and buff some in. It will give you the kind of coverage that you're looking for. You want to put it down your neck. Just to look polished, going to PTA meetings, teacher conferences, such. So I am putting, this really is part of like me doing the contour. So I'm putting this in all the places that I want my face to get recessed. And that's not even, but I'll fix it. And I bring it up to my brow line, like right where the brow is supposed to start. Now I'm going to use this brush. It's the Sigma F86. It is a pencil brush, but like humongous. So you have pencil brushes that, oh, I don't even have all my brushes over here. You have smaller pencil brushes that you use in your eye. You can usually like use them to blend out your eyeliner. If you want a smoky eye, you can use it just in the crease. This one's a huge one, and I use it to do my highlight, to set my highlight. So again, this is the Ben Nye Banana Powder. Dip a little bit in. I have a lot on this, so I'm gonna take the top, shake it out. And again, this looks like a whole lot of product, but you're gonna blend it out. You're setting it. And the reason why you set it is because you don't want it to settle. You don't want to see the makeup settling into your fine lines, your pores. Also, you don't want it moving around your face. So everywhere you put that concealer, that's where you're going to put the powder. And I'm dabbing it and pressing it into my face so it's kind of like a stipple. You're being so good, baby. Okay. Up in here. And you see, it's bringing down that shine, and while I look like a crazy monkey, it's not going to be like that forever. We're going to bring this color down further, okay? Okay, in there, get some right here. Okay, and we're going to let that sit. And this time, I would go back to my eye makeup and finish anything that I wanted to finish there. My eyeliner, if I needed to darken and that's all the powder you need. If I wanted to darken my crease, whatever. Some people put that highlighter, like they put the lighter foundation or concealer in the creases, but I don't find it necessary to do that when I use that liquid foundation, because it's even, it's not dark. And the reason why they do that is because just like in the inner eye, we tend to be dark right there in the corners. Okay, I'm going to take this brush, contour and highlight brush, okay? I'm going to take this and I'm going to go back in real quick with my powder and fix that nose area. I'm just going to use this looks like a duckbill platypus. I'm going to use that end. I'm just going to brush it in here. Okay. And I learned how to do this from this chick on YouTube. Everybody has a highlight and contour video, but this one, for some reason, it made it make sense to me because she referred to this area as the tree of life. And it kind of looks like a tree, like this is the trees, the leaves and everything, and this is your trunk of your tree. Okay. Make sure it's all blended out. So what I do now is take a big fluffy brush like so. This happens to be the Sigma large powder brush. It's the F30. And you're just gonna brush all the extra powder off. Then I'm going to take this, it's the Extravaganza brush. It's a Sigma Kabuki F94. I love this brush because it's really, it's a beautiful brush. It's very heavy. And it gives you really great coverage. So now I'm going to take, okay, so now we have this highlight. You see the highlight, you see the contour. Almost. I'm not finished with my contour, but you see some of it, okay? So what I'm going to do is bring down this color and make it look more like normal skin so it doesn't look crazy. This is a Sigma 3D Kabuki brush. I'm going to use it to do my cheek contour real quick, okay? This palette comes in 3 different shades, light, medium, dark. This is the dark. I'm going to use the darkest color right here for my contour. So I'm going to load my brush. This brush is awesome. It has like sides. So I'm going to load both sides. Then I'm going to take it from here. I'm just dabbing it in right up underneath that cheekbone, okay? Then instead of just leaving it like that, I like to cup it underneath your cheekbone. So I kind of bring it up in a curved motion versus just this, which a lot of people do, and that's your contour. This looks so much more natural, and look how higher my cheekbone looks versus over here, okay? So you take it, push it up underneath there, and bring it up into your cheekbone. Okay, now you see the difference between that and that. Look at the two sides of it looks like two different faces. Okay, right up underneath there. And if you need to smile, bring it up and around. I call it cupping. And then bring it a little bit of the product on top of the cheekbone, because it'll blend out much easier when you go to put your blush on, okay? Then you put a little bit in here, like where I already put my powder, right here on the side of the nose. You're adding dimension back to your face. Remember, I told you when you just put the foundation on it, you make it flat and one-dimensional. This brings back all the playing fields, and it's much more interesting. Now I'm gonna go in with this brush and my mineralized skin finish. I'm gonna pack it on, and I'm going to first press in the areas that had the highlight. Okay, you see how it brings it back down to a normal, it just gives it a glow. First, I'm just pressing it into the areas that had the highlight. There you go. Face is highlighted and contoured. Show you guys what I mean as far as you brought that concealer powder up on your cheekbones a little bit. Now we're going to blend it out, so then it doesn't look crazy. It just looks like, she has really pretty cheekbones. So just press it in. And so what has happened is that you have your contour blended up, and then your powder, your blush powder, goes on top of it, so it just looks more natural. Okay, I'm gonna put a little here since I have no eye color on, and I have to go from here to picking my kids up from school. Okay, to set it, I'm going to use first my MAC. I know this looks like a MAC video, but it is not, because we don't have these products. So anyway, this is my Fix Plus. I use this. This is not setting your face. What this is doing is making any powder that you put on your face, it's making your skin do what it would normally do in an hour. You know, your makeup looks fantastic an hour after. It's because all the oils and everything gets set in your face. So spray that, it makes all the oils come in. Then I'm going to use my Urban Decay Makeup Setter. This sets it so that your stuff will not move. And that is it. That's your highlight and your contour, okay? Again, we used the Touch Mineral Foundation powder, and we used our Sculpting Trio. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me down there in the comments or send me a private message, okay? Have a great day. Happy New Year's to everyone. And it's you can find all these products at makeupaddict2.com. Thanks.